All right, let's talk some Saints. OTA is coming up, rookie camp in the rearview mirror, and there have been some questions about Trevor Penning's future, both in terms of what team he will play for, and then what position he will play, and then eventually at what price. The Saints have not picked up his fifth-year option, so he'll play this year out on a string, and then there will be decisions that have to be made. Trevor Penning wasn't terrible at right tackle, but you then have to boil that down and go, well, is not terrible good enough to stick with that? Like, is that the standard we're looking for? You could suggest he was a top 10 run-blocking right tackle in the NFL last year, and I don't think you would get a lot of pushback. Like, he's got a lot of highlights where he gets those big mitts on somebody, and he's still big and strong and mean. He can knock somebody down, and that does happen. He also, when he has to put it in reverse, doesn't look awesome a lot. And the misses are bad at times. Now, the misses this past season in 2024 were not nearly as bad as the misses in 2023. There's no question he got a little bit better. The question is, how much better can that progression continue to reach? And then you have to take that into account, whatever your answer is for that, and that's the Saints offensive line coach's problem. Do you decide, okay, we're shoving him over to left guard because we just took Kelvin Banks in the first round and he's going to play right tackle? Or we took Kelvin Banks, who's a career left tackle, and he's going to play left tackle, and then we're going to move Talese Fuanga, a natural right tackle, over to right tackle, and that's how we're going to handle it. There are three different scenarios here. The one I see being the least likely is Trevor Penning playing right tackle. I don't think that's going to happen. Now, an interesting piece that Ross Jackson writes at LouisianaSports.net that I hadn't necessarily considered, but it is straight in line with my thinking about the future of this franchise and how they need to handle the dollars and cents, is if you move Trevor Penning to left guard and you play either Banks at left or Fuaga at left and the other one at right, I don't really care about that point at this point. This is just about Trevor Penning coming off of right tackle to left guard. I think automatically, one, you can evaluate him at left guard and see if that even works. And I'm okay with that this year. Experimentation is fine this year, even if it costs you some games and things look terrible. I don't care. We're trying to find some pieces that fit, that are young and inexpensive. And Trevor Penning is still young, and he's basically inexpensive. He's certainly inexpensive right now, and we'll see what comes after this rookie deal is up. But when you go to the negotiating table with Trevor Penning after this year, and he's got a year at left guard now under his belt, you become a negotiator with a left guard, which is going to command less money than a right tackle, which is going to be on a rookie deal if it's Fuaga or if it's Banks. I've got two tackles on rookie deals. That's as cheap as I can do it. And yeah, Penning was a first-round pick, but paying him at guard may be a different deal. And I have a hard time thinking you're going to be fighting off suitors for Trevor Penning at tackle, where his agent's going to be able to look up and go, well, I got these three teams that want him as a tackle. They're going to pay far more. We're out of here. I don't see that as a realistic scenario. I think the most realistic scenario is you drafted him, you've helped develop him. He will have played 3 positions in 5 years and 4 years, and you may be the only ones really at the table. Now, if he goes out there as a left guard in his first time at that, and you're running the football pretty well, and he looks great doing that, and he's never on an island in pass protection, and all of a sudden he really looks like a pretty good player, well, that's not the biggest problem in the world. If you find that out, pay him a little bit more. He's still young. And then you've solidified your offensive line because you feel great about your tackles. I mean, we'll see what Banks looks like, but he's early first-round pick, and I have no reason to believe he's going to be terrible. You love where you are at center. I think Ruiz is fine over there on the right. Then you've got your offensive line set, and you can start to address other issues. It's kind of like that Dave Ramsey, like, get-out-of-debt thing, which is kind of what the Saints are in right now. You got to – they're baby steps, and you got to solve one problem and get rid of it and then go to the next one. Don't try to solve every problem at once. And if you can solve offensive line with Penning playing left guard, okay, well, I don't have to worry about that anymore. I got guys that are on the right side of their prime, some really, really young in their career with 2 tackles, And now I can start worrying about wide receiver where I got nothing, running back where I'm aging, what the heck's going on at quarterback, we'll see. And then some of the defensive guys as they begin to roll off. But I think that the days of Trevor Penning playing tackle for the Saints should be over. The upside on him moving down to guard and then putting a younger player at tackle feels like almost too easy at this point. So we'll see. We may not get our answer until the middle of August. We may get it in OTAs. You never know. We don't have a Kellen Moore OTAs in our rear view to go back on. He'll be running the show for the first time. So we'll take a look. We'll talk to Sharif about it, but this seems easy to me. I gave you those three options at the front. Let's boil it down to the very, very core. Banks is on one tackle. Fuaga's on another tackle. Penning's at left guard. If it works, awesome. Try to re-sign him. He's your left guard. If he can't do it, see ya. That's not going to hurt you too bad. I think that's the best way to go about it. Hopefully, that's what we find out this coming fall. If you're looking for Saints content, you can find it on YouTube. Hunt on Saints. Subscribe to the channel. We certainly do appreciate it. Wherever you find your podcast, you can also search Hunt on Saints. All Saints football, 365 days a year. We'll talk about it with Sharif coming up in hour number 2 as well. Hey, it's Hunt. Thanks for watching Hunt on Saints. Before you leave, help us out a little bit. Hit that like button. Leave your comments in the section below. And hit that subscribe button so you get all our content right here from Hunt on Saints. We'll see you next time.